Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Before starting the video, please subscribe and keep watching for more details videos. Gauff, Zverev named top seeds for National Bank Open. Tournament director Carl Hale is excited to watch the talent on display at this year's National Bank Open, even though some big names will be missing in action. Tennis Canada announced Germany's Alexander Zverev and American Coco Gauff as the top seeds of the men's and women's events in Toronto and Montreal on Tuesday. But neither player is the current world number one. Zverev, ranked number 3, is moving up after top men Jannik Sinner and Carlos Alcaraz withdrew from the tournament to recover after Wimbledon. 6th-ranked Novak Djokovic, a 24-time Grand Slam champion, and number 5 Jack Draper won't hit the court in Toronto either. Hale, who manages the Toronto event, believes that opens the door for Canadians to succeed. I've been the tournament director for 20 years, and the best tournament we ever had was 2019, Bianca Andreescu winning, said Hale, who added that ticket sales are trending well. It opens up that opportunity for our Canadians, which we're really excited about it. Montreal's Felix Auger-Aliassime is the 24th seed, one spot ahead of Denis Shapovalov of Richmond Hill, Ontario, who's coming off a tournament win in Los Cabos, Mexico. Meanwhile, up-and-coming Montrealer Gabriel Diallo slots in at 30th. It's unfortunate what happened with some withdrawals, Hale said, but we're in really good shape, still a great player field, and we have great Canadians to mitigate. The women's event in Montreal wasn't hit as hard, but number 1 Aryna Sabalenka won't be there due to fatigue. The ATP and WTA events are mandatory 1,000-level tournaments, one notch below the Grand Slams. There's some disappointment there because we have a 1,000 event, which is supposed to come with that guarantee of being able to offer the best players in the world, said Montreal tournament director Valérie Tétrault. We were quite unlucky, especially in Toronto. In Montreal, for sure, we would have preferred to have Aryna, and I think she's a very popular player, but I think there's still a lot of big stars. In Toronto, for sure that hurts a little bit more. But in the years ahead, Tétrault believes the dropouts won't be a major problem. This year's NBO, with an expanded main draw of 96 athletes instead of 56, runs from Saturday through August 7th, beginning only 2 weeks after Sinner defeated Alcaraz in the men's Wimbledon final on July 13th. Next year, there will be a 3-week period between the two tournaments, and Tétrault expects that will make a difference in player participation. This year, what's challenging is the fact that it's what we call the short summer calendar on the tours, she said. Next year, and for the years to come, we'll go back to 3 weeks, which I think is going to help give more time after usually a stretch that is pretty demanding with back-to-back French Open and Wimbledon in a very short period of time. Many of the world's best also withdrew from last year's NBO tournaments because the timing coincided with the Summer Olympics in Paris. But Tétrault said the Montreal and Toronto events have otherwise consistently welcomed top players in the lead-up to the U.S. Open in late August. You look at the last 10 years or so of our tournament and sure, besides last year with the Olympics, top player participation has been great, she said. For players who are trying to make sure they can peak at the U.S. Open, you want to make sure that you have 2 full tournaments on the hard courts. If you only plan for one and you lose early, well then you don't have the right preparation. Hale reiterated that he doesn't expect the dropouts to persist. I've spoken to the players and the agents involved that the expectation is that this does not happen again, he said. I made a very strong case that our fans deserve the best. We understand from time to time there's injuries and tough schedule, etc. But this will not be tolerated, and the future we feel will be in good hands. Rise of the top seeds, a dual narrative. Coco Gauff, Montreal's crown contender. Gauff returns to Montreal not only as the defending number 1 seed, but also as one of the brightest stars on the WTA Tour. Fresh off her Roland Garros triumph in June, and yet seeking that elusive Canadian title, she brings a roaring mix of youthful energy and Grand Slam maturity. Wikipedia, +15. National Bank Open, +15. YouTube, +15. In the press release, tournament director Valérie Tétrault perfectly captures the mood. Having Coco Gauff lead the draw is a true reflection of the incredible depth and talent we're seeing on the WTA Tour. Squamish Chief, +4. National Bank Open, +4. Sportsnet of CA, +4. Gauff knows the pressure. Every champion before her, Pegula, Swiatek, Sabalenka, has worn the top seed sash. Yet her trajectory impresses. From quarterfinal runs to that French Open trophy, Gauff's evolution is palpable, her resolve steely. In Montreal's 12-day expansion, with rest days baked in, she has a prime stage to chase glory under the Canadian lights. Alexander Zverev, Toronto's tactical titan. Over in Toronto, another star takes charge. Zverev, world number 3, ascends to top billing after withdrawals from Sinner, Alcaraz, Djokovic, and Draper. Squamish Chief, +3. Sportsnet of CA, +3. Times Colonist, +3. A former champion, 2017. His Masters pedigree is stamped, 7 ATP 1000 titles, including one here. Carl Hale, the Toronto director, emphasizes new symbolism. It opens up that opportunity for our Canadians. Ticket sales are trending well. Wikipedia, +15. TSN, +15. Yahoo Sports, +15. Zverev arrives with craft, not raw power, but strategic depth. He's no stranger to big stage pressure, having recently captured the Bavarian Open on his birthday and toiling deep into Grand Slams. The Guardian, +1. Reuters, +1. Expect him to leverage Toronto's hard courts like a seasoned chess master, navigating the draw with patience and punch. Performing arts, the stage is set, stories to follow. Player ambition, X-Factor opponent watch. Coco Gauff first NBO title. Reignite belief, rolling confidence, and crowd support. Pegula, Swiatek, emerging threats. Alexander Zverev reclaim Masters dominant, strategic forehands. Big match, grit. Taylor Fritz, Musetti, Canadian seeds. High voltage atmosphere and implications. Field shaken, spotlight brightened. With top 5 players like Sinner, Alcaraz, Djokovic, and Draper pulling out, a vacuum has opened. Zverev and Gauff aren't just top seeds. They're the fresh flag bearers of the tournament's narrative. National Bank Open, Times Colonist, +12. Reuters, +12. The Guardian, +12. A spotlight on Canadian hope. Toronto brims with local promise. Auger Aliassime, Shapovalov, Diallo, all primed to face Zverev. Meanwhile, Montreal's crowd will rally for new challengers eyeing Gauff's throne. Sportsnet of CA. Wikipedia, +15. National Bank Open, +15. TSN, +15. Calendar tensions. This year's compressed schedule, Roland Garros, Wimbledon, then Montreal/Toronto, has players wary. But next year's spacing adjustments may settle the field. For now, grit will matter as much as skill. Times Colonist, Yahoo Sports. Writing hand, a creative slice. Under the maple and the CN sky. Montreal, dusk, the sun dips below the Olympic Stadium, and Coco Gauff winds up her serve. The ball slices across the horizon of maple leaves, a roar echoing through terraces. She's in her element, aggressive yet composed, chasing a Montreal dream that slipped just out of reach in past visits. Each point is a promise, each baseline rally a testament to her journey, from teenage prodigy to Grand Slam champion. This city, once a stepping stone, might just be her crown. Toronto, dawn. A crisp morning breeze whistles past the CN Tower as Zverev steps onto center court. He pulls at the strings, eyes sharp, heart steady. In his mind, the ghosts of 2017 retreat, replaced by lessons in patience, tactical depth, and matured ambition. He's aware of the crowd, the Canadian challenger stirring, but his focus is crystalline. He is here to reclaim, to conquer, to make hard courts bend to his will again. Checkered flag, why this moment matters. Redefining journeys. For Gauff, it's about sealing unfinished business, turning top seed status into a trophy. For Zverev, it's redemption, restoring mahogany-hued mastery on home-like hard courts. Opportunity in absence. The withdrawal of shining rivals doesn't dim the stage, it amplifies it. Whoever stands tallest now owns the narrative heading into the U.S. Open. A tournament reframed. Expanded draws, rest days, and calendar changes signal a new era for the National Bank Open, and Gauff and Zverev are front-row protagonists. Memo in summary: Coco Gauff and Alexander Zverev are not just top seeds. They're the literary champions in a tournament script shaped by withdrawals, history, and new ambitions. Montreal expects thunder from Gauff. Toronto holds its breath for Zverev's strategy and finesse. As they carry the torch of tennis excellence in Canada this summer, the storylines are rich, the stakes high, and the magic of competition awaits.